Welcome back, everyone, for the next part of Arknights. And my god, guys, it is just one event after the other. Last weekend, I was trying to squeeze in as many stages as I can within a given time limit, so I could funnel the remaining sanity back into the event in order to farm more resources. And now that I thought in this weekend I don't have to worry about that anymore, they've released yet another event right after. And this one had a character that I just, well... I'm sorry, I just had to get her. She looks so cool! It is Crownslayer herself! Now sure, I had to skip the story because we haven't really reached that point yet, but I had to get her! That was a one-time chance for me to get her! Who knows when this is getting unlocked, right? I had to! I had to! And I might have also leveled her up already, because I wanted to use her in the event itself so she could trust farm. And I also got a new outfit from the shop as well. She looks really, really pretty in all of her outfits. I mean, look at her. Look at her. Her original art. Her other art, with the hyenas apparently. It seems like she's not a wolf at all. She's a hyena. And then she comes out of a helicopter. I had to get it. I had to get it. Now sure, her spot is a bit vague because she literally shares a spot with gravel, and I really, really like my gravel. But hey, it doesn't hurt to have two executioners around, right? And besides, sometimes I want to have a super, super beefy one, and sometimes I might want somebody who can hit a bunch of targets all around her, or has extra attack as well as physical and art avoid, or even what does that even do? Stops attacking, less likely to be attacked by enemies, talent 1, physical art included. Oh wait, reduces the effect on ground enemy, increase to 2. As you can see, she can do a whole ton of stuff, huh? Yeah, she can do a whole ton of stuff. She's an avoid tank that sometimes lures attacks towards her, and sometimes lure attacks away from her. It kinda depends on whatever we need right now, right? And she also lowers the hit rate of the enemies around her, so we can just drop her whenever we need to. Who knows? Maybe she is the girl that we're going to ask from now on whenever we run into one of these infected runners. You know, the guys who usually kill all of my guys with infinite amount of damage. Physical dodge is definitely going to come in handy for that. Just like Ethan did back then. Just with the downside that Ethan can never stop any sort of enemy. He doesn't have a block. He can just slow them down passively, like Patreon. But she can do it actively, with a little luck. Huh? Huh? Definitely a good idea. Definitely. So yeah, I still have the same issue as last week. I'm just going to see how it goes, and I still try to funnel as much sanity as I can back into this event. Because let me tell you, there's a whole ton of stuff that I want to get from the shop. Look at this. We can get a window now. And a flower thing. And another crystal that I don't really have that often. Actually speaking, I don't remember seeing any of them in the previous event shops. Yeah, I haven't seen them anywhere. Otherwise I would have had a couple of additional copies and not just 8. Or 7. They seem to be extra rare. I definitely should get them. Right? I definitely should get them. So yeah, same plan as last week. We're going back into the stages, and I see how it goes. Maybe Tallulah is so kind to give us a whole ton of lore again, because that actually helped me by quite a lot. Now, where were we? Roaring Flares? M84. Right. Amaya was about to give us her answer, wasn't she? Are we going to work together? Or are we not? Will, Phantom, and Wisp, all ideas once transmitted, will eventually be corrupted and altered. Only through practice can an idea be proven. And as we know, once something has happened, it cannot be undone. Alright. Not entirely sure what that's supposed to mean, but it kind of feels like we are going to deny it? But why would we go against this? I mean, technically speaking, we could need all the help that we can get. There's a whole reunion army awaiting us. If we can get the gorillas' help, that would definitely help us out by quite a lot. Especially since we have another chance to work together with, God. Who gave us that opportunity. Right? Oh, man. So, what does all of that mean? Rodeo Isle, we invite you to fight with us. Please, Amaya, just take this hand. Please. That is what I said. I only speak Orson. You also speak me in Orson. You should have understood me well. You know these Chernobog industrial machines much better than us, yes? You must have had a lot more training in such things than we have. We are just the better fighters. If you want into the tower, you must have a plan to shut down this thing too. You can't let it close the way, right? True? We need to split our guerrilla forces, sending at least 3 squads of our men to protect the infected around the city, or else they're doomed. Reunion under Tallulah is just out of control. We have seen enough revenge killing in Chernobog itself. Even with just a fourth of our full strength, we have what it takes to beat Tallulah's stupid guards. But we could use some help right now. We would be able to better capitalize on our victories if we had it. Our Arachnium altars are down. The devils are handy in the fight, but they've got nothing on the captain's legendary strength. We need more of that firepower. Who caused the shot for you, Is it the Countess, or maybe the Feline? You're both plenty strong already, so you can definitely handle it. Well, I guess you'll just have to ask Amaya for that. I'm just the operator. Alright. Couches, what do you say? Sir, what matters is if your reunion is still dedicated to helping the infected. As long as it is not some infected Ursus political project, we would proudly agree. But, I'm worried. About what? There's still a lot of open wounds from our conflicts with Reunion. We can't just overlook them all. We could say that we are willing to forgive you, or even beg forgiveness ourselves, but we have to think about those we have lost and those who suffered. Especially... Yes, Reunion has killed my friend, and we just killed someone that you all look up to. And let's not forget about the fact that because of us, they lost Faust, a very respectable member of Reunion, and Frostnova, someone who just wanted to protect her friends. Can you just overlook that? I mean, I get it. I killed your family, didn't I? You can't just forgive something like that. But you're infected. And if we don't let you in, we are just disobeying our orders. Right? Our current orders are to crush Tallulah and her minions, and anyone who disobeys that order has to be killed. So you're just letting it go? Can you even let it go? Yes, you killed our family. You killed our commander, our leader, our captain. But we're not going to come to blow over it. So you don't want revenge? Of course we do. I'm not done just yet. Let me finish this, feline. But whatever we've got between us personally doesn't matter in the face of this mission. There's a more important place to direct our hate. Hate, you say? You get it, don't you, feline? That cautious with you is a kid with a head in the clouds, just like the captain has said. Hey, there's no need to be rude. She's just worried. Being worried is a good trait for a leader. Also, don't talk about Amaya like that. If you really buy into her dreams of reforming everybody, then by all means, go along with her. You will get stabbed in the back soon enough, and you won't know until it's too late. You won't be able to save any of your friends. It all sounds good in theory, but you can't really put that into practice. And us, well, we believe in the captain. All this way, he's shown us a different way, beyond the endless wars of Ursus. He showed us a noble path of revenge and ruin. Path of ruin? To ruin our enemies. How to pick out our enemies and then ruin them all. But who exactly is your enemy? Can you really act like it's a good thing to spread hate like that? Hurting people, starting wars, and, generally causing misery. Haven't you lost enough friends already? Didn't Ursus? The last emperor promised us to end this war. We believed in that vision. But I don't see an end in you. Should we reason with them? They just don't listen. Some people are just asses, and some are just evil and need to die. Listen to me, feline. Huh? Her. You won't get the satisfaction that you want from killing your enemies, for the simple reason that is not where it ends. If you're committed to that path, then take it all the way. Kill everything. Cleanse the country of its filth when at last you look over the silent white field of snow. Then you shall finally know happiness. Think about it, and then we start killing. Kill the monsters in the tower who sent our people to die. Kill the tyrant who lords over the city. Kill the useless eaters and the traitors in the army. And at last, kill the miserable Ursus minister who has poisoned the emperor with all of their lies. Kill them all. Then you look back and see what you've done. See those who deserve to live on. Their peaceful lives, free from the fear of starvation being forced upon them. I mean, that is how you're doing things here, right? No? Not exactly. We don't really want to kill anyone. At least not the ones that we can spare. I mean, some of them are pretty much already dead, like the zombies. And some of them are just unwilling to do anything besides blocking the path, like the guy who was tossed out of the window. But as Amaya has already shown, if she can avoid killing, we prefer that outcome. Right, Rosmontus? You kill those who kill your friends. So you just want to kill Tallulah? Obviously. What else would we want? Will the captain ever be able to rest in peace as long as she lives? What about Jelena and her Yetis, or the countless reunion brothers who she used as cannon fodder? We have been waiting for a savior, a good emperor, even a hero. And we are sick of waiting. What did all that waiting even get us? Our great emperor is fallen, with no one to carry on his legacy. With greedy, self-interested men fighting over the scraps, ripping our country in two and making the people dry. Our savior was buried alive, and our hero died right in front of us. Not that you would understand that. Hey, don't say that. But maybe you understand something else. Feline, have you ever lost a loved one? Oh no, don't start with that. I can see it in your eyes. I'm done talking to you. But you will listen, right? You have the eyes of a warrior. the hell are you doing before? Oh. Wait, the ceiling layers are still rising. It hasn't stopped at all. It will take some time to adjust the Orignium drive. It better not take too long. If this thing seals up, then all the hopes of the trial goes with it for at least, a few 100 years. So, you gorillas don't just fight for the infected. Obviously. The infected are just one reason to fight. You can have as many as you want. The one and only reason we took to the Thundra was the injustice and disorder of Ursus. The captain told us the infected didn't have to live like this. It is Ursus that taught us infected to achieve their own goals. Picture it. Our great march. The captain brought us all here. Could that really just be for the infected themselves? We crossed from border to border, passing by all the hardened cities, taking control of the lifeblood of the Empire, united to strike at the heart of this rotten country. Don't tell me that you've never considered it, Cautious. You're not like this just because you're infected, right? If they treat everyone right, equally, maybe you wouldn't have gotten the infection in the first place. Think about it. How many city dwellers, noble, merchant, and performers get infected? And then how many out in the wilderness, the outskirts, and even the mines? That is why we need to get revenge. On who exactly? Everyone who gets in our way. But who exactly? That's just not right. Maya. Are you hesitating? Don't you hate the people who made us? What we are? I'm not talking about the rights and wrong of the infected here. I mean, it's wrong to turn this into a way to blow off steam like that. It's just wrong. They did this to us though, for their own sake. They turned us into monsters, and I just hate them. Preach, feline. No, it's not right at all. I'm sorry. This is going to hurt. I'm sorry, Amaya. This shouldn't have happened to you. What? It's not right. Amaya, why do you say that? Don't you think that we should hate them? You can't say that they didn't steal our life from us, right? I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget my friends and family. I could have won dresses that I like, gone to a school that I wanted. I could have gotten to know my mom and dad and everyone else. I could have my brothers. Brothers? Oh. Rosmontes, please, calm down. I just can't. I can't. I won't let this go, Amaya. I just can't. If I have to get hurt to protect them, if I have to suffer to keep them from suffering, then I just take it all. If killing the people who ruined our lives would make you all feel even a little bit better, and if you're not willing to do so, then I should do it for you. Rosmontes? Rosmontes, Amaya, we got a transmission from the engineer team. Alright. Something weird is happening here. The drive system isn't moving an inch. It's just the enemy. Captain, if you can hear me, this is... Oh, no. They must be... Captain, look out for us! What? Get back! Jump! Hurry! Are they attacked? Oh. It just happened. Come in. Do you copy? Lavras! Butchilva! Oh no. The ceiling layer are still rising. Did the engineer team just get ambushed? Seems so. No, it can't be. But Silver, I can't reach her. I can't even feel her anymore. Perhaps explosive. Guess they've blown up the joints. If we destroy the ceiling layer, it will take a few blocks with it as well. And there are still some infected who didn't want to join reunion hiding in that area. But there's no time. If we keep waiting, only more people are going to die. We've lost our comms. If you don't like my plan, then give us a better one. Oh yeah. We're running out of time, and Carlson and I are not around. No. Absolutely not. No. Get where you're coming from. I don't know. It's just a team. A squad. I did everything right. How could this happen to them? If you need strength, if you need to destroy, I can just do it. I can do it better. Los Montes? Whoa! Are those her swords? Los Montes? You're curling your fingers! What are you doing? I just tear and destroy! What? Wait, has the ceiling layer stopped? Is she holding it down? I can do it! Los Montes? You know what happens if you overuse your arts, right? It could have all sorts of serious health issues. I've seen it with Faust and Frostnova! Wait, is that an explosion? No way, the feline! She just tears this whole thing apart! But how? I don't know. It's almost like... Shh! Huh? Shaking his head? It's just like the first time that you saw Frostnova in Tallulah, isn't it? Just wait until our infections get worse. Maybe you will see some more. Maya, I'm cold. My head. Los Montes, I've got you. Come on, hold on tight. Don't let go. She shred the entire ceiling layer all by herself. But not for long. But it should be enough to get us through the sector. I need a medic! Now! Ugh. It's scratching me. Scratching at me! Their negative emotion and side effect of her direct art, they all have to do with Bolsheva's memories. Miss Montes, look at me. Look at my eyes. The black lines flow from the finger of the Lord of Fiends right into the feline's eyes. Okay. So she really is the Lord of Fiends, huh? Yep. I know, Amaya. I know. Don't ever do that again. But even if I tell you, you will probably not listen. Sorry, I won't change. Huh? Well done, feline. You actually did it. Brothers, let's move out. Through the fire, the hail of balls, we march. You should rest here for a while, Rodeo Eye. Please, just give me a minute, Gorilla Fighter, alright? We don't have a way to stay in communication yet. Even the operators with you there doesn't have the comms that we need to carry out this operation. If the shield guards really need our help, then you have to know what we're going to do at least. That is true. Good thinking. Couldn't hurt to give you a minute then. Thank you! Especially with all this little feline did for us. Yeah, I noticed. You were pushing her buttons to get what you want. I saw it. God. That guy's a manipulator through and through. I know that they really needed this. And he didn't specify that she was supposed to be the one who does this. But you know what I mean. This was what he was hoping for. A clean path for his soldiers. Ah, alright. Just want this. I'll be fine. I'll have to keep fighting. I'll have to find my teammates. It's alright. I know. What's that now? Wait, it's Madame Shen again. Oh? Can you see her? Or better yet, is this one of her memories? So, I guess you're really going back, huh? Definitely. But you told me that you don't even know if your friend and Ursus are alive or dead. What's the point in going back to Langman then? Why not just go right to Ursus after graduation? Ursus wouldn't give someone like me an entry permit. Huh? Oh, come on, no way! Oh, it's really so sad to see you go right after you finish, though. You're such a clever girl, Shin. You would make senior lectures in no time. Just give it 2 years, and you can go anywhere in the world that you want. Please, don't ever call me like that again. And what about you? Me? You know me. I'm not stupid, but compared to you, well, I only eke out a passing grade in those joint operations. You just finished your military strategy course, right? Yeah, but I almost failed that one a bunch of times. You've got a better head on your shoulder than 98% of Victoria. Well, at least on paper. But I don't see myself becoming a lecturer, you see? I think I'm better off going looking for a fight than setting myself up as a commander or even a logistic officer. You really don't fear death at all, huh? A Victorian soldier can end up running into all sorts of things on the battlefield. But I know our enemies sure as hell don't want to run into any Victorian soldier on the battlefield, right? What I really worry about is sitting in front of a strategic map, messing up my head until I can only see human lives as numbers. No, that's the scary thing. A soldier on the front line needs somebody to tell her what to do and what not to do. Only when you're in the thick of it, you see how cruel a war really is, and how important it is to stop it. I really want to change Victoria then. I thought, well, it was just some sort of drunk ramble back then. Nah, not at all. Isn't it that weird? I just want to do something good, you know? See, doing good isn't really easy. But it's actually the reason that I'm going back to Langman. Langman had enough of the bad. I will stay there, fix up the bad things, and stop it from getting even worse. So, I guess you're going back to become a cop then? A cop? Oh wow, I always thought I had the look of a girl who could give a good beating to a hooligan, you see? I've got a gift. You're getting ahead of yourself again. But the police? That's actually not a bad idea. It would probably be a great place to pick up clues about what happened back then, and what is happening now. I wouldn't have to rely on my old schema of an uncle either. Honestly, I was worried that he would head to military intelligence instead. You know, but the intention is scary enough. I can't imagine how scary she would be as a spook. And I have your bloody head off as well. Hey, no, wait, there's no need to get angry. Right, alright, I can take it. We'll see how much you can actually take. Oh, come on! Oh, wait, someone is at the door. Wait a second, I'm coming. Message from Miss Shen Huichi. Post transcript. Check your terminal. I have to confirm in person that you've read it yourself. A message? Why go through all of this trouble? Fine, I will take a look. Oh. What is this? I would say that counts as you have received the message. The Academy doesn't review highly classified material. So if you have any further inquiries about the content, I would advise you to reply to the sender. Anything else that I can do for you? If that is all, then I'll be on my way. Have a good afternoon. I guess there he goes. So, why do we walk so funnily now? I don't like the look of your face either. Did that message, suck you in the jaw or something? I don't even know what I feel about this. They picked up my friend's trail. Well, isn't that a good thing? No. It just leads to her disappearing again. She killed the one who took her. And then we just lost her again. Oh. But at least she's still alive, right? Yes, that's true. Going right back to London after graduation. But, well, isn't your friend in Ursus though? I really thought that you would be heading that way. I was thinking of knitting you a few scarves as one of my goodbye gifts. I wouldn't be able to do much in Ursus. But back in Lungmen, I will have a chance to spread my influence. The city of Lungmen is a lot stronger than me alone. That is true. I'm going to find her. You're going to save her, right? As move at Teardrop's point, once known, be deft. Oh? But the thing is, Jen, the second you found her, it might have already been a little bit too late, sure? I mean, she's already part of Reunion. It's very difficult to convince her to change sides. Wars brawling without ceases. L86. The Mightiest and Meek both share the same tenacity. Tallulah is back and we need to protect her again. Patreon is here? Oh. Patreons will bring altars, periodically release scars, inflict heavy damage to enemy. Is this a similar situation to Frostnova? When we were fighting around the altars, they were kinda dealing damage to either of us. Maybe this time around, they're just going to attack the enemies. But the question is, are we the enemies? It's always a bit of a weird question to ask, yeah? Technically speaking, she wanted to convince them to join them. So, she's probably trying to help them out, right? Which means, we're probably friends! Allies! Working together on the same field, right? Huichi. Back when I first became infected, my mind wasn't clear on anything. I knew that Kashi wanted to use me to do so much. I was always afraid. What was it that he wanted me to do? Had he planned for some kind of trick? Want to destroy, in a blink of an eye, the network of the infected that I spent so much time setting up? Or had he planned to let me divide the infected instead? Let them drive into two camps, the Albanians and the Sellians? Or that even more frightening scenario. Perhaps he had planned for the infected to become a new army instead, and for Ursus to be plunged into war once more. I could only speculate on that. He hung over my head like a murky spectre, impossible to chase off. But I could only move forward from now. One of the 80s, apparently called himself Patrova, used crystal milk yesterday to steer, you know, fry oilseed? Well, that's definitely a strange recipe for sure, but the taste was pretty interesting. Huh. Considering what you guys usually eat, that must have been quite tasty. Alright. Oh, that! I remember that! The time's gone so fast. It has been 2 whole years by now. Oh, are the stories the fighter pass around true though? You really fought with her? From the sound of it, you both blew the entire city ruins into oblivion. Well, it wasn't really that dramatic. Rumor always get more outlandish as time goes on. All I did was melt her Arknight crystal out. So you did it? Huh. Shanchenka, no running around! You'll just slip! Look at the snow and the ice! Ah, just look at them. Just free to live. It's quite nice. It's a duty of mine, you know? I never imagined that you would volunteer to teach children stuff. Well, I get along a lot better with children than I do with horses. And what was that about melting just now? Oh, well, Frostnova's Arknight ice crystals. A sort of art device that her squads uses themselves. By my guess, at least. Ah, well, that's something. I'm sure Frostnova didn't really like it that you actually did it, though. I mean, considering that we weren't really able to do anything against the Frost Altars before, and the fact that we couldn't really do anything about the frozen floor either, that is probably very surprising for her. She felt like an invisible wall, slowly approaching us, covering all that is behind her. If we had her on our side back then, we could have probably done something against that. But alas. Oh, nope. I took a single breath, and she froze half of my body. Oh! And when I finally stepped out of it, well, she already charged me, going for the neck with an ice blade. Well, that's even worse. I blocked it, of course, took in the hissing sound, and the sword tasted frost for the first time in all the years. It was probably a first for her too, you know, meeting someone who could actually ship her blades. Huh, I guess you're pretty happy to talk about this then. Are you proud of it, maybe? I mean, you were the first one to melt that stuff. Well, not really. Yeah, maybe. Actually, I think you're right. But that child, the one hiding behind the wooden fence, what was her name again? Oh? Oh, that is, Louis Both. Hey, that's enough spying on us, Louis Bar. I will read a story for you all during the next period, alright? Ah, that's right. A story all about an old ghost in the grey forest. A really scary story. Could you help me bring some of the wood shapes, though? Please, put them in the basket. Thank you. So, then? Well, Frostnova, I mean, Alina. You know, it's Frostnova that we're talking about. Her name spreads among the Castan in the Northwest Thundra long before mine ever did. I thought you didn't like it when people spoke your name like this. Well, if anyone ever uses it to threaten, then of course I won't be happy about it. But if hearing my name makes them want to challenge me, well, it's not really too shabby, right? Nothing like you, I guess. I don't think Frostnova ever gives Challenger the time of day, though. Thinking about it that way, I guess you really struck a fire, didn't you? She's the top of the infected caster, the top squad member, and the strongest of the infected warriors to boot. Don't misunderstand, though, it's not really that I was aiming for that. Plenty of people think that you resemble each other in places, though. Some of the children even say that they want to be like Frostnova, you see? And some of them say that they want to be a hero like you. Wait. Time out. Time out. Now that's the word that I'm not happy with. How about you, Alina? What do you think? Want to be like her? No two people are alike, at least in my eyes. Figured you would say something like that. True. Truth be told, I don't really know what Frostnova's life was like as a child. She's been brought up as well. It was probably alright. But don't let any child experience the thing that I did. But you've been brought up well as well, didn't you? I don't want to talk about that. Oh, Tallulah. None of us know the bitter things that the world has in store for them, nor whether those things will be even more absurd than what we've already seen. Well, that's just depressing. It's also the reason that I want to become a teacher. My teacher wasn't anything like you, though. That's for sure. Yeah, he was a prick. But I get what you mean now. So you're saying maybe Frostnova also had, well, who knows? No two infecteds live identical lives, right? That's true. Well, to wrap it up, I will never slack on practical techniques again after my dispute with Frostnova. Not just art, my swordsmanship too. Like hell she will ever beat me again in either of them. Oh, so you lost. You melted her art and lost the fight. But she let you live. That's quite nice of her. I know that you and her fought. But what about after that? Well, it took until her anger abated before she told me that she wasn't the one responsible. Well, then that only leaves one person who could have been, right? You're right on the mark on that. Yes, it wasn't too long after our scruffle has finished that out from another end of the city came a mountain. Not just a person, a mountain. Is remembering that much of an effort? I should say, the first impression was too shocking for me. I'm scrambling to find a proper word for you. The broad midday light spilled over his body, but couldn't melt away the black as tar. I was in the middle of telling Frostnova about my project. I'd gotten up to where I was in contact with the infecteds in the other city. I wanted to assemble the funds to construct or even seek out a small-scale nomadic city and invited him to join our project. I saw his shadow, and I just couldn't keep speaking anymore. So, what stopped you? I'm not exactly that confident in myself. Not that confident, you say? I've never seen you short of confidence before. I mean, it was Patreon, right? You couldn't talk him over, I see. I still haven't to this day. You already know all the rest, right? After Frostnova and I had our friendly discussion, our group successfully joined up with the gorillas. Well, that's good for us. At least, aside, after hearing that we could go with the gorillas, plenty of our infecteds here were happy beyond relief, right? The last 2 years have been better to us than before. You made a good choice back then. You're finally in the right, Tallulah. I mean, the way that I see it, the gorillas definitely didn't care about me or any of the infected fighters. They just couldn't ignore the rest of the infected. You know, traveling with us. The ones that you guys were protecting, right? Well, that's even less of a reason to be down about it. You fought the same way after all, right? But it's been 2 years now. The situation hasn't made any headway at all. Well, think about it this way, Tallulah. From what moment did you start feeling that Patreon didn't approve of you? Well, over a year ago, not long after we joined up with the gorillas. All the way up until now, wait, he didn't approve of you? How comes? Did you do something wrong? Did you rush ahead again? Did you cause another issue? Ah, Tallulah! We were talking about this! Undercover! Don't lure the enemies towards you! Don't pick fights where there's no need for fights! Huh? Not happening. Osnova? We don't even know how many more infectors are out on the Thundra under Ursa's wretched rule. It is too early yet to be talking with the gorillas about the infectors in the city. But we're not really intending to abandon the Tundra's infected here. Why would I have brought them with me otherwise? Sooner or later will come the day that we return. Our objective is to have Ursa's, no, the entire world's infected, come together. We may be in a different place right now, but our lack of resignation to our circumstances is one and the same, indistinguishable. A friend of mine in a certain city calls that kind of behavior reunion. He calls the uninfected to come together, naming it the reunion movement, revolving around one identical belief: protection against Ursa's cruel rule over all the infected. And we should get a chance to protest the Ursa's soldier on the Thundra about the exploitations in the mines. But I can't really say that it will make them turn over a new leaf. Tallulah, forget the common people for a moment here. Talk about the soldiers. The Ursa's army won't let a single one of us go. If you want to go to the south to protest, we could just go and save ourselves the trouble and find a division to kill us. Ursus is not a single-minded entity. This is our chance. What the reunion movement aims to do is pass on the belief. But I see even more opportunities in that instead. We have our own signs to send. Or rather signals. Huh? What signal? You are not alone. You know better than I do that staying on the Thundra is a life of attrition, eating away at our strength. We need to go beyond that. We don't decide this kind of stuff. You're still not willing to decide it then. If the price of leaving is dead, then my life never had much use outside of taking down an Ursa soldier or two. But what about the people around us? Tallulah, you haven't got brothers and sisters by your side. I'm not going to let mine throw away their lives like this. But I think the other parts are right. Which part? Telling the infected that we are not alone. We spend way too much time on one thing, here on the Thundra. Seeking friends, you see? But linking up with the city's infected though. Guess people from the big cities really do like to dream a little bigger than us. I don't need you to mock me yet, Frostnova. I'm not mocking you at all. You're quite strong. You've taken all of them a long, long way. Just like us. But it is still a dream, going south. Trust me. The gorilla forces grow, but we are still infected. We don't have many years left in us, and our alliance would need plenty of years at least. That's precisely why we... Oh, that? Oh, he's here! Ah! Mr. Patreon! Hello dear! Patreon sits down by the bonfire, like Tallulah simulated over and over again in her mind. Patreon simply sits down, wordless, and gazes into the fire. I see. I guess you're good. Please keep going. Oh. Oh, she's so adorable! Look at her! Well, it's precisely because we don't really have that many years left, you see. The south has fields of bumbered crops, suitable temperatures, 4 seasons to tell apart, and all sorts of fresh food for us. Resources, education, and prosperity. And, you know, a future. A future. Frostnova, there's ever a likelihood that I know what you're thinking. What I'm thinking is written on my face. I don't know anything that you would call the future, though. We may not have much time left at all. There's only so many places it would let us set foot in. But the infected should have a future as well. And for the future of the infected, for those who come after us. Frostnova, we will find those infected a home. Somewhere, Ursus and the infected patrol units won't disturb. Somewhere that the Ursus army couldn't possibly surround. And you know for sure that taking the infected with us would get in the way of the guerrillas' operation. We can't just abandon them. It would be a seriously difficult path. At the very least, what hope we bring about before we die can be left to the others. And if we ever overthrow Ursus' present system over the infected, everything will just change. We're on thin ground here though. If you weren't an infected, would you even dare to shake my hand? Well, I guess for now we'll just start with a handshake in that case. What you're saying is probably... Hey Dad, where are you going? I've had enough. Oh? But he didn't even say anything yet! Sir! Hey, don't mind it too much. I guess he's just thinking about it. You didn't say no, right? Did he? Was there no other interactions in like 2 years? Oh. Oh no. Well, he probably just thinks it over. Yeah, definitely. He just thinks it over. And there's absolutely nothing to worry about. He will come back. He will help ya. Maybe. Oh, God. He's been thinking it over for ages now. It has been 2 years, and the only conversation that we ever had has been about team composition and following plans. He never asked me once about anything that has to do with any of our projects. Tallulah, no matter if he's ridiculing you or even opposing you. Not that I think that he's the type to really ridicule any sort of other people. You're still going to wait forever, huh? Am I right or not? Well, if we want to leave the Thunderer, we need the power of the gorillas, so I just have to keep at it for now. Because he's the hope of the Thunderer's infected, right? Yes, exactly. I thought you didn't say things like that. I mean, you don't really say things like that, right? I just want to know what your thought process is like. I see. Well, I think it's because he's the symbol of Thunderous infected. You know, well, the infected united behind. A symbol with no way of passing on to the next generation.